Today we're going to be talking about plantar fasciitis, so stick around. So plantar fasciitis, what is it, right? So we're going to first start talking about the anatomy of the foot so people can understand how it works. So what I'm holding here is actually the right foot. So for demonstration purposes, I'm going to be using this rubber band to demonstrate how the plantar fascia, which is actually a ligament that starts from your heel and goes to all your toes. So this is how it kind of looks like for demonstration purposes only. Now obviously this is going to span across all 5 toes, okay? So what it does is it helps support the arch by pretty much holding it in this position. Now you can kind of see the arch here across the foot here. So it also, the other thing that it does is it helps with propulsion of while you're walking. So it helps you push off the ground so that when you're walking and you're running, it pushes you forward. All right, so now we know how the plantar fascia works and how it's supposed to help with walking. So how does it get hurt? How does it get injured? So the first thing is you can hurt it through repetitive motion. So repetitive motion such as walking or running, you're doing that for prolonged periods. That's going to cause the stretching of the plantar fascia, and that's gonna pull on that ligament that's attached to the heel. That's going to cause pain. You can also flatten the arch if you're wearing shoes that are flat, that has no arch support. And then another thing is if you happen to gain weight or if you become pregnant, unfortunately, that's going to put more weight into your foot and that's going to flatten the arch. And then again, stretching the plantar fascia, causing pain. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about is jumping injuries. People who are jumping a lot or just happen to jump improperly at that time can really stretch that plantar fascia and cause micro tears. And basically, all of that is what it's doing is micro tears to the ligament, causing inflammation, which is going to cause pain. And some of these pain they're going to be described as such as you're walking on glass, or sharp stabbing pain, or it's a dull feeling like a bruise sort of pain. And this pain can feel, you can feel the pain just in the heel, or it can go across the foot too. So next I'm going to be talking about some treatments that you can do at home to help relieve some of this pain and help decrease some of this inflammation. All right, so what kind of treatments are going to help with plantar fasciitis? The first thing you want to do is rest. So whatever activities you're doing that's causing the pain, you might want to scale it back and not do it as much. Now I know walking, unfortunately, you have to walk around, but try to walk around as not as much, as little as possible if you can. But if you can't, then you can't. And I'll show you some stretches you can do to help decrease some of that pain too. Second thing you want to do is ice the area, especially in the heel portion where the ligament starts, and ice it for 15-20 minutes, and that should help decrease the inflammation and also decrease the pain. Third thing you want to do is have some sort of arch support. Now if your shoes already have some arch support, then I'd say continue wearing those. But if it doesn't, then I'd highly recommend trying to get some arch support. You can buy this at your local Walmart's, Walgreens, Target. They all have these if you want something more affordable. Obviously, if you want something that's more expensive, you can go do custom orthotics, but that's going to be kind of on you. And then the last thing you want to do is stretches. And I'll go over some stretches that you can do to help decrease the pain, decrease the inflammation. So before we move on to stretches, I want to talk about icing. So there's 2 ways you can ice your heel. The first one here is you can use a water bottle that's frozen and you can roll your foot over it for 15-20 minutes. The other option is just to use a bag of ice and hold it under the heel 15-20 minutes. And another thing you can do is use a tennis ball to roll your foot over, and that's going to help stretch the ligament, the plantar fascia ligament. So the first thing I want to talk about is calf stretching. And the reason why you stretch your calves is a lot of times it gets tight. And when it's tight, it pulls on the heel, which in turn pulls on the plantar fascia, causing it to stretch, leading to plantar fasciitis. So for this first one, what you're going to want to do is stand against the wall or on the ground. And I'm going to show both of them. But for this first video, we're going to stand against the wall about 1 to 2 feet off the wall. And you're going to plant one foot behind the other. And when you do this, you'll feel a stretch along your calf muscle. And you're going to want to hold that for about 15 to 30 seconds and do this 2 to 3 times daily. And obviously you want to do it for both your legs as well. So in your calves, you have two muscles, the gastrocnemius and the soleus muscle. And you want to stretch both of those. So in this video, what I'm showing you is first with your legs straight, that's stretching the gastrocnemius. But if you bend your knees a little bit, you're going to stretch the soleus muscles. And you want to do both of those. You want to stretch both of those muscles. And another thing you want to do is roll side to side while you're in this position. So what this is going to do is stretch the sides of the muscles. And that's going to be very helpful in making sure that the whole muscle, the calf muscle, is stretched out. Now the other variation of the calf stretch is to do it on the ground with one foot on top of the other. And you're going to get a little bit more of a stretch using this method. And it's going to stretch the same muscles as the standing one, your soleus and your gastrocnemius. And it's the same thing as well here too. You're going to bend your knees, and that's going to stretch your soleus muscles. And you can also rotate side to side as well too. This next stretch is called the big toe stretch. So what you're going to do is you're going to cross your leg on top of your knee, and you're going to pull your big toe towards your shin. And you're going to feel that stretch along your plantar fascia, along your foot. And then to give it more of a stretch, what you can do is push on your heel towards your toe. And that's going to give you a much bigger stretch. And then for this one, you're going to be holding for 15 to 30 seconds and doing this 2 to 3 times daily as well. So the last stretch is going to be called the towel stretch. Now with this one, you're going to sit with your legs extended and your knees straight. And you're going to place a towel under your foot. Make sure your heel is holding it tight. And it's just going to go right over the toes. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold the end of the towel that's loose in your hand, and you're going to pull that towards you, and you're going to hold that position for about 15 to 30 seconds as well. And you're going to do this 2 to 3 times a day, and also do it on both sides. So with this towel stretch, what you can also do is pull the towel end, the loose end, from side to side, and that's going to give you the stretch throughout your whole calves as well too. Thank you for watching. If you like the content and if you enjoyed the information that I've given you here, please like, subscribe, and share my channel. I appreciate it. And until I see you guys again, take care.